in addition to a really large number of classes. Among that large number of classes, we have many different class types. So let me start big picture. We currently serve an age range that starts as young as 3 years old. Currently, our oldest practicing student is 80 years old. And so we have this really big age range. And then we break that really long continuum up into chunks. And we have classes that are specific to different chunks. So we got a preschool targeted class called Mighty Tigers and Mighty Lions. It's got 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and we're practicing manners and focus and left and right distinction and being able to do something with this hand and this leg at the same time. We're practicing following directions, being a leader, being a team player. We're practicing being socially high functioning, like being able to introduce ourselves and look somebody in the eyes. And I don't know about you, but at 3 years old, I don't think I could look somebody in the eyes and introduce myself. So we're getting that done on that level. Next is our elementary school age kids classes. And we think the school system's got it figured out. So we have elementary school kids together with other elementary school kids. We don't have 17-year-olds in a class with a 5-year-old. So our elementary school age kids have kids that are mostly 5.5-ish to 10-ish. And they're age appropriate and curriculum specific. We've got that further broken down into beginner kids, intermediate kids, and advanced kids. That is commensurate with their time in practice. Once a kid gets to 11-ish, we snatch them out of kids classes and we put them in our adult/family classes because they're heading towards adulthood. And we like to champion them and respect them in the direction that they're going and not condescend them by having in classes with little kids. So in our adult family classes, those are where all our adults practice. We have currently over 200 adults that practice at the school. That's unheard of in martial arts schools these days. We're about 40% adults. It's about 50-50 male and female. So we put our 11 and older students in those classes with all our adult students where they're respected and treated with maturity and called up to do their best. And you know, it's kind of hard for an 11-year-old to not try hard if they got a 40-year-old sweating and trying their best in front of them. But a more profound thing happens in those classes too, which is an 11-year-old gets to have an interaction with a 40-year-old who has a life that works because we attract all these well-educated, high-functioning, accomplished people. And so the 11-year-old gets that example of this really high-functioning adult with them, and they get to be real friends. And the 40-year-old gets reminded of what it was like to be 11, and they get to have an input on this 11-year-old that they wish that they had gotten when they were 11, but they didn't get the chance. But now they get round 2. And so here's this moment right now, and they get to do something with that. And that's a beautiful, magical thing. And those moments happen hundreds of times in every adult family class we have every week. We got 7 of those every week. We also have an isolated class for teens only. It is the only class on our whole schedule that's not actually lead taught by an adult. All 39 of our other classes are lead taught by an adult, but our teen class only has teenagers in it. I define teens as 10 to 17. And then leading that class is a rotation of 4 16-year-olds, 2 of whom first started their practice with me when they were 6, and the other 2 of whom first started their practice when they were 7. 2 of them are second-degree black belts and 2 are third-degree black belts. All 4 of them are straight-A students. They're accomplished athletes as well as theater players and musicians. And they're clear in their identity and they're confident about being cocky and they're just really cool people. So they teach those classes. Then we have some specialized classes for people that are committed to practicing long enough to enter our black belt ranks one day. And in those classes, we go a little deeper into some parts of the practice that include hitting the ground and escaping from grabs and holds. I've got specialized classes for people in the black belt ranks only, so black belts get to practice with other black belts in addition to the regular classes with other practitioners.